Okay, so we have done all these things. So cell wall we have discussed in the last class. 1 minute. Yes, good morning everyone. Today we are going to see the two important functions of a plasma membrane. Okay, in the last class we studied about plasma membrane, right? So we studied about plasma membrane in the last class. Today we are going to see the two important processes of a plasma membrane. These are the two important functions performed by plasma membrane. The first one is diffusion and the second one is osmosis. Okay, first we will see osmosis, then we'll see diffusion. First let me write down the definition so that we can learn it very easily. With the definition I will explain. So here osmosis is a process. Osmosis is a process of exchange of water molecules between the cell or between cell and its external environment from high concentration level to low concentration level. I hope you understood this. Okay, let's see this process. See here, osmosis means the first thing. Let me read this sentence again. Osmosis is a process of exchange, means we are exchanging something between two things. Exchange happens between two things only, right? Of water molecule. What we are exchanging? We are exchanging water molecules. Water molecules, let's say H2O. Between what? The cell and between the cells, means if you have a two cells, then there is exchange of water molecule is taking place. Then cell and its external environment. Okay, that exchange has to happen. See, water molecule has to move from one cell to another cell, or the water molecule has to move from cell to its outside environment, or water has to enter from outside environment to cell. So here, so that movement, we have a condition on the movement. Movement of water molecule usually takes place from high concentration level to low concentration level. High concentration level means what? High concentration means amount of water is high. Amount of water, let me take a different color here. High concentration means amount of water molecule should be high. Amount of H2O should be high. We should have a high amount of water. Low concentration means less amount of water particles, less amount of water. See, if you see this image A, so this exchange has to happen. One more point you should add: this exchange has to happen through a semi-permeable membrane, through a selectively permeable membrane, or you can also call it as a semi-permeable membrane. Selectively permeable membrane. or you can also call. See, this is the situation I have taken. Okay, I hope you understood. See here, I have a setup where I have taken two conditions here. Let's assume that this is one cell, this is cell 1, and this is cell 2. Okay, so cells will have the outer cover of the cell is membrane only. So what is that membrane? We have in cell plasma membrane. So this is selectively permeable membrane only. Then if cells want to exchange their water particles, that has to happen through this permeable membrane only. And you know this permeable membrane, so allows only selected person to move through it. See here, you find here, you see here, you have a lot of water particles here. You have so many water particles here. We have so many water particles. Number of water particles are very high in this cell. Let's say it is cell A and this is B. So in cell A we have high number of water particles. The concentration of water particles in cell A is very high. Cell A has a lot of amount of water. That means here we have a high concentration region. This is our high concentration region. High concentration region. See, you can see. So, and you can also find here less amount of the water particles. Okay, less amount of water particles you can see here. Okay, let's take less amount of the water particles here. These are my water particles here. So okay, these red, let's say these are some. Here we have a high amount of water particles and here we have a less amount of water particles. See, let's take this as an example. Okay, wherever I marked, consider them as a water particles. Okay, so amount of water particles are very high in this cell A and amount of water particles are very less in this cell. What happens? Then the movement of water particles should take place from higher concentration region to lower concentration region. Then water particle will start moving from cell A to cell B. Cell A to cell B. Let's take one more condition here. Let's take one more example. See here, these are my water particles. These are so this is my cell B and this is my cell A. Let's say these are pink balls what we have. These are my water particles. Let's consider these are my water particles. See, let's take. These are my water particles. Here we can find water particles. Okay, let's assume. Here we have a lot. Do you find any such kind of water particles? Yes. Let's consider some water particles. Let's say I'll take here. I don't have, so I'll just take these. Some 3 or 4 water particles are also present here. But the number of water particles. So in this cell A, cell B, we have a high number of water particles. That means this region is my high concentration region. This is my high concentration region because I have a high amount of water. So here high amount of water, concentration region here. And here I have a less amount of the water particles. So I can call this as my low concentration region. This is my low concentration region. Okay, the movement of water has to happen how? It has to happen from, I told you in the definition, the movement has to happen from high concentration region to low concentration. Always the exchange should happen from higher concentration region to lower concentration. It should happen in this direction. So here we have a lot of amount of water, then the water particle will start. This is my high concentration region and this is my low concentration region. See, the cell, in cell A we have less amount of the water and low concentration region has created here, and here I have a high amount of the water. So here I have a high concentration region, then the water molecule will start moving through. See here, water molecules are passing through a permeable membrane, right? So exchanges happens between the permeable membrane. So the process of exchange of water molecules from the higher concentration region to lower concentration region is called as osmosis. I hope you understood. Let me take one more example. Here, if you observe here, let me draw permeable membrane. Here I don't have a permeable membrane. Let's draw permeable. Let's take this is my permeable membrane. Here I have. Okay. So let's consider this is my A and this is my B. Okay, these are my two cells, AB cells. I have, this is my water molecules present here, H2O, and here I have H2O particles. And in cell B I don't have any H2O particle. Now what happens? Here there is a difference in the concentration has created. So cell A is having high amount of water, means it has got a high concentration amount of water. High concentration region is there in cell A, and in cell B we have a less amount of water. That means low concentration region. It is low concentration region has been created. So then water particles, what happens? Usually they move from higher concentration region to lower concentration region, and they should pass through the exchange should happen through a permeable membrane. See here, then water particles will start moving towards here, and they will come and they will deposit here. This kind of exchange of water is called as, water particle is called as osmosis. Okay. So I'll take one more example here. Let's say this is my cell A and this is its external environment. Say it's my external environment. That means, so usually cells present in, suppose if you take a blood cells, so blood cells are embedded in plasma membrane, right? Plasma is a liquid. Suppose I have a liquid like this, plasma liquid. So in this liquid, what we have done, we have embedded blood cells. So blood cells are embedded in plasma membrane. Like this, blood cells are embedded. See, these are my blood cells. So here, so what happens here? Exchange of more water molecules and exchange of gases. Usually it happens between the external environment and cell. The possibility is there. Both the possibilities are there. Here, exchange can happen between a cell and its outer environment, and exchange can also, if there are two adjacent cells attached to each other, then exchange will also happen between the cells. So ultimately the exchange should happen from high concentration region to low concentration. This is the main funda what we have in osmosis process. The exchange of water molecules should happen from higher concentration region to lower concentration. Either it may be between cells, between the cell also the water molecule move from higher concentration region to lower concentration, or it may be between the cell and its external environment. So external environment, see here, for external environment is plasma. That means the exchange of water molecules or gases usually takes place from the cell to and plasma. If amount of water present in the cell is very high and amount of water content present in the plasma membrane is very less, then the water from the cell will move to the water will move out of the cell. So here if I have a, let's take this is my plasma membrane where I have a high amount of water. I have high amount of water and I have a cell A here where inside the cell I have very less amount of the water. Then water will start entering into cell. Okay. So here, so the process of exchange of water from higher concentration region to lower concentration region is called as osmosis. This exchange can happen between two cells or it can happen between cell and its external element. Ultimately, I wanted to point out this one only. Okay, I already gave you the definition. That definition you can also write like this. So, process of exchange of water, process of exchange of water from high concentration region to low concentration region. So, this exchange should happen through a semi-permeable membrane. This exchange should happen through semi-permeable membrane or selectively permeable membrane. Both the names are same. Selectively permeable membrane and semi-permeable membrane. Both are same words. Don't worry about this. Through semi-permeable membrane. But this exchange, yes, I have already pointed. Right? These are the two important points you should remember. And this exchange can happen between. This exchange can happen between, let's say, between the cells. Here I have two cells, cell A, cell B. Here I have high amount of water. Let's say water particles. I have very high amount of water particles. Here I have a less amount of water particles. Then water will start moving from cell A to cell B. Why? Because here this is my high concentration region, this is low concentration region, then water will move from higher concentration region to lower concentration. It can happen between the cells and it can also happen between, let's say I have a cell C here and here I have a external environment of the cell. Here in external environment I have a lot of amount of water. I have a lot of amount of water particles. But inside the cell I don't have anything. Then water, what happens here? Water will enters into the cell. Water will enters into the cell. Because outside we have a high concentration region. Inside the cell we have a low concentration region. Then water will move and enter into cell. So let's say suppose I have a cell here. So let's take this one only. Let's say this is my cell. I have embedded in this area. So this is its external environment and this is my cell. Inside the cell I have a lot of water molecules, let's say, and outside I don't have water molecules. I have only less amount of the water. Then water, what happens actually? Water will start moving from outside the cell. Suppose if I have a cell here and I have less number of water molecules here and outside I have too much amount of water molecules, then water will start moving into the cell. Okay, this process is called as osmosis. And similarly diffusion. Let's take diffusion. Similarly, diffusion is also a kind of exchange. Here what we are going to exchange? We are going to exchange gases. Let's write down the definition itself. Let's make it not short. So it is a process of exchange. So diffusion is a process of exchange of gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen from high concentration region to low concentration region. High concentration region to low concentration region. Through selectively permeable membrane. I hope you guys understood. Okay, so this is also same thing, guys. This is also same thing. Instead of water, here we have exchange of gases. This process is very important. See here. So you are gonna see the exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen present in the blood between blood and between the alveoli air chambers, which is happens in your lungs. So the process happens which in the lungs is actually diffusion. Okay, the process of exchange of carbon dioxide present in the blood and oxygen present in the alveoli air chamber, so takes place through this diffusion process only. Okay, 1 minute guys, I'm getting some calls. Okay, I hope you understood. Let's consider this environment only. Here, let's say this is my semi-permeable membrane. Okay, this is my semi-permeable membrane. And here I have high amount of oxygen. Let's say these all are my oxygen balls, oxygen atoms. Here I don't have any oxygen. Then here this is my high concentration region and this is my low concentration region. Then oxygen molecules will move from the cell. Let's say it is cell A and cell B. Oxygen will move from cell A to cell B. And similarly, I'll take here, I have high amount of carbon dioxide gas particles here. Let's take some more here. I have a very high amount of concentration of carbon dioxide here. So then here I have a very less amount of concentration. Let's say it is my cell B and it is my cell A. Then the movement of carbon dioxide gas will take place from cell B to cell A. Because so in cell B we have a high concentration region, we have in cell A is a less concentration region, and this exchange is happening. You might have seen this here. I already drawn. This is my permeable membrane. The exchange has to happen between these two things, and this exchange can also happen between two cells. Diffusion will also happen between two cells. And it also happens between cell and its external environment. I hope you understood, guys. Okay, let me give you one more example I will take here. Okay, let me take one simple example for the diffusion. Suppose I have a cell A here. This is my cell A, and which is present in this is blood cell and which is present in plasma. So this inside the cell I have huge amount of the oxygen stored inside the cell, because it is just coming, this blood is coming out of the lungs. This is purified blood. So purified blood is called as oxygenated blood. In purified blood which is coming out of the lungs, see if it is lungs, so the function of the lung is it will purify the blood. So the blood which is coming out of the lungs is going to be oxygenated blood, that you are going to find huge amount of oxygen. So inside the cell we have a huge amount of oxygen, and the blood cells will carry that oxygen and they will reach that oxygen to all the cells which are present in the different parts of the body. Whenever it comes here it will find some bones, nerve cell. Let's say nerve cell actually looks like this, neuron cell. It's look like this, and this is my axon and this is my dendrite. Okay, so whenever it finds a nerve cell, so this oxygen has to supply it to the nerve cell, right? So inside the nerve cell I have very less amount of oxygen. So then what happens here we are in cell A, so that is blood cell, and in cell B that is nerve cell. So in cell A high concentration region, that is high amount of oxygen molecule. Here in cell B, that is neuron cell, I have less amount of oxygen molecule. Then oxygen will start moving from cell A to cell B. That blood cell to oxygen will move from blood cell to neuron cell. At the same time, when the blood is going back to heart, at the capillaries what happens? Absorption of this blood will take place at the capillaries. Okay, the blood cells which are present in neuron cell only I will take, or you may take muscle cells, you can take. You can take muscle cells like this. So in the muscle cell, so we have after the respiration process lot of amount of yes, let's take a muscle cell, bigger muscle cell here. After the respiration process, lot of carbon dioxide has been deposited in the muscle cells. During exercise, what happens? Anaerobic respiration will take place. That is in presence of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration will take place, and deposition of lactic acid will take place. As a result, we'll feel the pain also, and you are going to find out that lactic acid and carbon dioxide which are stored in the cell that has to be thrown out. At that point of time, what happens? The blood cell will be there. Inside the blood cell, we don't have any carbon dioxide and lactic acid. That kind of content we don't have over here. This cell, let's say it is a blood cell B, and let's say it is a muscle cell A. Or it may be in aerobic respiration, carbon dioxide will produce, and as well as water molecule also produce. Both the diffusion and osmosis process will take place here. And anyhow, I am talking with the diffusion only. So here carbon dioxide inside the blood cell, we don't have any carbon dioxide particles are very less. Here it is a low concentration region has created here, and here we have a high concentration region. As this carbon dioxide will move from cell A to cell B. So when this movement happens, when there is a high concentration region and low concentration regions are created, then only this the exchange of water or it may be exchange of gas will take place. The main important thing we needed here, we need high concentration region and low concentration region. In dono ka beech we should have permeable membrane. I hope you understood, guys. Okay, let's understand that osmosis and diffusion process. So with the three different solutions I have taken here, one condition I have taken, and I inserted one cell inside these three my solution. What is the solution actually? It is let's take, you may have taken the solution. Let's take in this glass I have taken water, and in that I may have taken solution means water. It is salt plus solute, solvent. So in solution means you are going to find two important things. Solution is nothing but a combination of solvent plus solute. Solvent is the one which is going to dissolve something in it, and solute is the one which is going to dissolve in something. Okay, let's see. If you take salt water, here water, what we have, water is a solvent and salt particles we are going to find, right? Salts are the solute. This is called as solution. This is called as solution. Here the salt particles are completely dissolved, and they placed it in between the spaces between the spaces between the water particles. This kind of solution I have taken. In this solution I have inserted my cell, and here I have three different kinds of solutions. First, understand what is this. Hypotonic means what? Hypotonic solution means, here what happens in hypotonic solution. So in this solution you are going to find high amount of water molecules are present. Let's say solvent is very high here. Solvent is very high. I have taken, that is high amount of water molecule is present. So hypotonic solution, it is called as a dilute. Dilute means, so amount of water is very, very high here. So if you take a 2 liter of water here and add some 2 spoons of salt. So here the number of amount of water is very high. So you are not going to feel that much of salty here. Why? Because the solution is dilute. Here high amount of solvent we have and less amount of solute we have. That kind of condition of solution is called as hypotonic solution. Let's take one more solution, that is isotonic solution. Here what happens, the condition is balanced here. Solute and solvent are equal here. Amount of solvent is exactly equal to amount of solvent. So that means water molecules are exactly equal to salt molecules. It's a proper solution. It is a proper tasty solution. You will feel perfect balanced salt taste here. Perfect balanced salt taste. It is not low, it is not high. That kind of solution is going to be, if solvent is equal to solute, sorry, I wrote both the solute. So that kind of solution is going to be called as isotonic solution. Here, so there is no difference between solute and solvent here. And one more thing, the third one I have taken here, hypertonic solution. Here solute will become high, so solvent will be very less here. Hypertonic. So I'll give an example. Hypertonic solution. So here what happens, solute is more than solvent. Solute is more than solvent. That means if I have a glass of water here, I have taken a glass of water, let's say 100 ml water. So in 100 ml water, I added 1 kg of salt. So what are you going to get? This kind of combination, this kind of mixture is called as hypertonic solution. Why? Because solute is very high here. Solute is very high, whereas solvent is very less. So here these are the three different kind of solutions we have. Okay, when I put my cell in these kind of solution, what happens actually? So first condition is this. I have inserted my cell in the hypertonic solution. In hypertonic solution, you know, right, water molecules will be high. Water molecules will be very high. Because it is a dilute solution, you are going to find a high amount of water. What happens? So here high concentration region, and inside the cell low concentration region has created. Then water molecule from outer environment to, so it will start, water molecule will start moving into the cell. As water molecules enters into the cell, cells will swells up because it has to accommodate space for the extra amount of water which is entering from the outside side, right? So that's why it will swell up. As you blow balloon, what happens? Balloon will grow bigger and bigger, right? Why? Because in order to accommodate the space for the air which you are blowing, so it has to increase its size. It is as the water moves into the cell gets swells up. I have taken blood cell here example. This is my blood cell. So when I put my blood cell in the hypertonic solution, so what happens? Water will move into the cell. Here hypertonic solution, you can take plasma membrane, because we have embedded blood cells in plasma membrane only. If your plasma is a kind of hypertonic solution, then water will enter into the cell, and as water enters into the cell gets swells up. Here osmosis process. And if my solution is like this, if it is normal, so amount of water will be present outside the environment, and inside the cell is balanced here balanced. Then either what happens, if 10 number of particles of water enters into the cell, and the same amount of water particles will also comes out of the cell, because it is a balanced. We don't have any high concentration region and low concentration region. As a result, blood cell will not swell up. It stays in normal position. Blood cell stays in normal position because of balanced solute and solvent combination in the isotonic solution. And if you see in a hypertonic solution, what happens? Amount of water is very less here. We have very less because solute is very high. Solute is here. I told you, right, in a glass of water I have added 1 kg of salt. So this creates a hypertonic solution because solute is very high and solvent is very less. If you put your blood cell in such kind of solution, what happens? So in outside the environment, we have very less amount of the what we have water molecule. So that inside the cell, definitely you are going to have a high amount of water molecules here. So water molecules will start coming out. As the water molecule starts coming out, what happens? Cells will shrunk down. They'll shrunken down. Crenated. Means it is going to loosen water, right? Then the size will reduces. It will shrink down. So this is how the behavior of the cell in three different kind of solutions. I hope you understood. Please copy this.